Hi, Regina. Good morning. Don't worry, Regina's on the live stream.
Hi, Regina.
Okay. I was thinking we should start I should get my act together and get it on as we're all coming into the room.
Yeah.
And wave hello to the people that are home, but I didn't have any this morning. Okay, so down and then turn it so that nobody else has to
Watch myself.
Right. Downward facing dog, please. Start to inhale and exhale deeply. As you bend one knee and then the other, just getting a sense of what obstacles you may have in your body. Whatever posture you find yourself in today, just letting that inhale be as deep as it can. It's amazing what kind of space you create with just one deep breath. Now as you inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot forward, bring your back knee to the ground. Come to the tips of your fingers and look forward. And then on your inhale, lift your back leg up. And exhale, back leg down. Good, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more times, breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. Last one, inhale. Exhale, knee down, and step back into plank. At any time, feel free to bring your knees down. Inhale here. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, step your foot forward, bring your back knee down. And just adjusting so the front knee is over the front ankle. On your inhale, back leg up. Exhale, back leg down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. 2 more breaths. Breathe in and lift. Breathe out, lower. Last one, inhale. Exhale, knee down and step into plank. Inhale in your plank pose and exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your left knee. Bring your right heel in towards the center of your mat till it touches. And then lift your hips up high. Turn your pelvis, the front of your pelvis, towards your right leg. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Come back to downward facing dog. Bend your right knee. Bring your left heel into the center of your mat. Press your left heel down, lift your hips up, and now turn to the left. Together, inhale. And exhale. Come back to downward facing dog. Take one more full breath in. Exhale all the air out. Walk or jump up to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward bend, exhale. Stand up, reach your arms to the sky. And exhale, hands to your heart. And just take a moment right now to set your intention for practice. Why are you doing yoga today? Together, the universal vibration of Om. Inhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward bend. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward bend, exhale. Stand up, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Bow forward, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward bend, breathe out. Stand up, reach your arms up, look up. And exhale to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Forward bend, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Step your right leg back, bring your knee to the ground. And just take a moment getting that front knee right over your front ankle. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Good, exhale to plank pose. Inhale and plank, bring your knees down. Come onto the ground, and now forearms down onto the mat for Sphinx pose. Now, as you press your forearms down and lift your chest, also become aware of that pubic bone on the front of the pelvis, pressing down. Take an inhale here. Forearm plank, roll yourself up. As you roll up, think about your tailbone pointing towards your heels. Good, and then lower yourself all the way down. Together, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. As you inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky. Exhale, step forward and bring your back knee to the ground. And then just adjusting that knee over your ankle. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, step forward and then fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward bend. Stand up, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, thumbs to your breast. Inhale, reach up. Bow forward, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Left leg back, knee to the ground. Taking the time to set yourself up. Inhale, reach up. You got all the space in the world with that breath. Exhale to plank. Inhale and plank. Lower down onto the ground, forearms down for Sphinx. Inhale. Forearm plank, exhale. Breathe in. Lower yourself back down to Sphinx. Good, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, step forward, back knee down. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step forward, and then fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward bend, breathe out. Stand up, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Forward bend, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Right leg back, knee to the ground. Together, reach up. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale and plank. Lower down onto the ground, and now reach your arms back for locust pose. And you're strengthening your whole back body here. Now, pubic bone anchors. One more breath. Downward facing dog, exhale. Right leg up, breathe in. Step forward, back knee down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, step forward and fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward bend, breathe out. Stand up, reach your arms overhead. And then exhale to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Fold, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Left leg back, knee to the ground. And inhale, reach up. Exhale to plank. Inhale. Exhale to the floor. Reach your arms back, locust pose. Witnessing your body in space through all the different angles, and inhaling deeply. Downward facing dog. Left leg up, breathe in. Step forward, back knee down. Inhale, reach up. Step forward and fold. Halfway lift, it's just like taking a walk. Bow forward, exhale. Stand up, reach up. And exhale to your heart. Bend your knees, chair pose. Forward bend, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Right leg back, but this time keep the knee up. Adjust yourself so the front knee is over your ankle. Inhale, reach your arms over your head, very much a balancing pose. Exhale, hands to the ground, plank. Together, breathe in. Lower yourself down onto the ground. And now slide the hands a little forward of your shoulders and a little bit out. Lift your chest. Press a little bit into your hands. And then make sure you can pull your elbows in. This is cobra pose. Breathe in. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. On your inhale, lift your right leg up. Step forward, high lunge. Adjust the front foot so knees over ankle. On your inhale, reach overhead. Good, and then exhale, step forward and fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward bend, breathe out. Bend your knees as though you're sitting in a chair. Lift your chest up. And then stand up, hands to your heart. Good, chair pose, breathe in. Forward bend, breathe out. Halfway lift, inhale. Left leg back, keep the knee up. Inhale, reach up. These lunging salutations warm the body like the sun warms the earth. Exhale to plank. Take a deep breath in. Lower down onto the ground, cobra pose. The pubic bone is still anchoring as you lift the chest. And if it's too much in your lower back, just lower a little bit, no big deal. One more inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. On your inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, step forward, keep the back leg up. Inhale, reach overhead. And then exhale, step forward and fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward bend, breathe out. Chair pose, inhale. Stand up, hands to your heart. Good. Chair pose, breathe in. And now we're going to sit down on the ground. So lift your heels, knees wide, sink down. Some of us are just going to plop. Some of us are going to use our hands, and that's great because we have hands, aren't we lucky? Pull everything in. Good. Low boat, get as long as you can. Good. Take a breath here. And then come all the way back up. Cross your ankles and roll forward, stepping back into your plank pose. Good. From plank pose, chaturanga, come forward a little bit or a lot. Upward facing dog, inhale. And then downward facing dog, exhale. Good. Take a couple deep breaths here. Now on your next inhale, raise your right leg up to the sky. Step forward, warrior two. Back heel spins in, and the hips are going to turn away from the front thigh, just till you need to stop. Adjust your feet so you feel your heels on the ground. And then put that front knee right over your ankle. And let your inhale be deep. Flip your front palm, reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Now take your back arm behind your back. Inhale. Come forward, front elbow to your knee, side angle. Adjust your feet if you need to so you feel those heels. Good. Lift your chest up by pressing your forearm down. One more breath here. And now take that back arm over your head, arm bone by your ear. your bottom arm against your inner leg. Go as low as you can and just stop when you stop. And press the arm into the leg and the leg back into the arm. 2 more breaths. Last inhale. Exhale, plank. Inhaling plank. Bring your knees down. Come forward onto your belly and now bring your forearms down for Sphinx pose. Good. Inhale. Excellent. Forearm plank. Exhale. Inhale here. Dolphin. Lift your hips and walk your toes forward until you need to stop. And then wherever you land, whatever shape you're in, a deep inhale. And a long exhale. Making space inside your physical body with that inhale. Space to relax a little bit into the shape. 1 more breath. Walk back, forearm plank. Good. Breathe in. Lower yourself down to Sphinx. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. On your inhale, lift your left leg up. Step forward, warrior 2. One more breath here. Flip your front palm, reverse warrior. Good, and then back to warrior 2. Take your back arm behind your back. Inhale. Come forward, side angle. One more breath here. And now take that top arm over your head, reach towards the front of your mat. And then take your bottom arm alongside the inside of the leg. Now you may not go very far, or you may be able to sink a little lower. You're just exploring your boundaries. And then relaxing in a breath there. One more inhale. Exhale, plank. Inhale, exhale, Sphinx. Breathe in, exhale, forearm plank. Inhale, exhale, dolphin. Some shapes are easier than others. One more breath. Forearm plank. Breathe in. Lower yourself down to Sphinx. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. On your inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, warrior 2. Shaking the dust off. Straighten your front leg. Triangle, right hand down, left hand up. Each breath in creates space between the sensation. Half moon, bend your front knee, come forward until you're standing on your right leg. Both legs are straight, both arms are straight. The breath is deep. One more inhale. Exhale back to warrior 2. Good. Straighten both your legs. Turn your toes to the left. Interlace your hands at your lower back. As you inhale, lift your chest up, and then as you exhale, fold between your legs. Release your hands to the ground. Lift your chest up halfway, and now turn your right toes halfway towards the front of your mat. Bend your right knee over your ankle, and then bring your right arm to the inside of your right leg. One more breath in. Switch sides. Right toes point to the left. Left toes point slightly out. Bend your knee over your ankle. So you feel that left heel pressing down, the knees over the ankle, and then the left arm is just helping to encourage the leg open. As you keep your chest lifted, and that breath deep. Together, one more inhale. Exhale, plank pose, hands to the front of your mat. Inhale together. Knees down, come onto the ground, reach your arms back, locust pose. Keep the chest lifted, slide the hands forward and out a little bit. Press into the hands, lift the chest, elbows draw in, this is cobra. One more full inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhale, lift your left leg up. Step forward, warrior two. Good, and straighten your front leg. Come into triangle, left hand down, right hand up. Left, yeah. I could be saying the wrong sides, maybe. You guys look great. Okay, one more breath here. For half moon, come forward and up. Good, back to warrior two. Straighten your front leg, turn your toes to the right, bind your hands at your lower back. Inhale, chest goes up, and exhale, fold between your legs. Release your hands down to the ground. Lift up halfway. And now turn your heels in so that both feet turn out 45 degrees. Bend your knees over your ankles. And bring your arms to your inner legs. Now adjust your feet as you need to so you feel centered. And then best you can, drop your hip crease down and lift your chest up. Hands to knees is an awesome adaptation of this pose. Yeah, that looks great. You can always turn your feet out a little more or turn them in. You can step the feet wider. So there's no one way to do any of these shapes. You're finding your way. Wide-legged forward bend on your exhale. Good, and then straddle split, which just means we're going to walk the feet as far apart front to back as you feel comfortable today. Now, should you find that you are low enough that your forearms can easily rest on the ground, you go ahead and bring them down. And then if your forearms are down, lift your pinky toes up so they're right over your big toes. 5 deep breaths. Let the inhale create the space. naturally creates the release. One more breath together. Back to your wide-legged forward bend. Hands to the front of your mat, plank. Lower down onto the ground, forearms down for Sphinx. Good, and now we're gonna do that 30-second side forearm plank. So you're gonna roll onto your right hip, and you're gonna turn your right forearm a little bit in. Good. Press down, and now we're gonna lift ourselves up in a forearm side plank. Your other arm you can support with your hand. You can reach up to the sky, you can rest on your hips, you can do whirlies, whatever you want to do. If for some reason this is a lot for you today and you need to come down, you just come down, and best you can, keep trying to go back up. Right now we're using gravity to strengthen our side core. Good, one more breath, and lower yourself all the way down. Come back onto your forearms, Sphinx pose. Take a moment, reset. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So you're gonna roll onto your left hip, or your right hip if you did the other side. If you feel pinchy in your bottom shoulder, take the elbow out a little wider, change the angle of the arm. Go ahead and lift up. And again, you might be going up and down, up and down. It might just be an idea that you're gonna go up someday. All these things are creating strength. Just being here in your practice is creating strength. There's 1,000 other things you could be doing. But since you're here, let your inhale deepen. Seconds feels long today, doesn't it? That's why it's good to work with a clock, because your mind is crazy. Okay, lower yourself all the way down, forearms down. All right, now we're going to do a 30-second forearm plank. Go ahead and press down, lift yourself up. You can always bring your knees down. If you do, make sure the tailbone's pointing towards the heels and your lower back is long. Try to keep the gaze slightly out. Great breath. Okay, lower yourself all the way down. Last one is to strengthen the back core now. Your locust pose. Reach your arms back. Now you don't have to lift a lot to engage those muscles and create that strength. So you're looking for evenness through the lower back, the mid back, and the upper back. And you're creating the lift by lengthening front to back. As the thighs lengthen back, they naturally lift. Good, lower yourself all the way down, downward facing dog. Just take a few breaths in down dog, feeling the full circumference of your center. Together, take a long breath in, and a huge exhale out. Good, and inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand and bring your back knee down. Lizard pose. So your front foot, the heel is going to come right on the edge of your mat. You're going to turn your toes off your mat. And then you're going to bring your right knee right over your ankle. Keeping this, if you have the space to, you walk the back knee back, but without compromising that front leg. Then we're going to press into the hands, lift the chest up. Good. And if you're bothered on your left hand, you just make a fist. We're going to turn to the right knee. And you can rest your right hand on your right knee if you would like. You can keep your hand on the ground, or you can reach your right arm up to the sky. 2 more huge breaths here. Downward facing dog. At any point, you can always bring your knees down and take puppy pose. The thighs stay vertical and the upper body looks like it's in down dog. You're also welcome to sit back in a child's pose at any point. Or even one of my favorites is to just sit back on my heels, having the neutral spine. In hero's pose, totally fine. Sometimes you let it done being on your arms. Downward facing dog. And then lizard on the other side, lift your left leg up. Step your foot to the outside of your left hand, back knee down. And then we're just setting the front the way we want it to be. We're kind of setting the future here as we want it to be. Put your heel where you want it, turn your toes off. You've got that nice alignment of knee over ankle. Keeping this, if there's space, you walk the back leg back till you stop. Keep your chest lifted, and then turn to the left. And then whatever you want to do with that left hand, you can keep it on your knee, you could reach it up to the side. Two more breaths here. Downward facing dog. Stay in down dog or inhale to plank pose. Chaturanga or lower all the way down onto the ground. As you inhale, you can take locust, cobra, or upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Step forward, back knee down. Reach your arms over your head, inhale. And then bring your left hand to your upper back and your right hand to your left elbow. Really great breath. One more inhale. And now eagle arms. Take the left elbow under the right elbow. Okay. 2 more breaths. Release your arms, stand up in a high lunge. Okay. And then come forward till you're standing on your right leg in airplane pose. Take a few breaths here. Turn to the right, left fingers come down, right hand goes up. Downward facing dog. On your inhale, lift your left leg up. Step forward, back knee down. Inhale, arms overhead. And then exhale, right hand to your upper back, left hand to your elbow. Okay. And for those of you who are practicing at home and have other people in your life, like kind of listening to the yoga practice going on, they're getting the benefits of it too. Bring your right elbow under your left elbow, eagle arms. Because as I say the positions and the parts of the body and we breathe, your mind naturally goes to that place. And ultimately, first of all, this is awareness. Awareness of yourself in space. Release your arms down and then stand up on your back leg. So the left leg is forward and the right leg is back. And then lean your chest forward, come forward, and maybe that back leg lifts up. laying on your back, listening to the practice. Turn to the left, right hand down, revolve half moon. Because the mind doesn't actually know what's going on. It's just responding to you and your way of being and your breath. You could do the whole practice not moving. One more inhale together. Downward facing dog, exhale. Stay in down dog or inhale to plank. Chaturanga or lower to the ground. Take a back bend as you inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Raise your right leg up, breathe in. Step forward, back knee down. Bring your hands to your front knee, lift your chest up. Adjust so that front knee is over your front ankle. Keep your left hand on your knee, and now reach down and touch the floor on the right. Good. Now, if it's pinchy in the front of the right hip, turn the pelvis a little bit away from the front hip. And then wherever you are, lift your chest as high as you can. Stay right here or reach your left arm up. Stay right here or take your left hand to your right ear. Together, one more inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhale, lift your left leg up. Step forward, back knee down. Hands to your front knee, lift your chest up. Good adjustment of the foot. Keep the right hand on the knee and reach the left hand down to the floor on the left. You're welcome to turn the front of your pelvis away from the front thigh. And then you lift your chest. And if you like to, reach your right arm up. Systematically working your way through your body. Stay here or hold on to your left ear. And as you do that, you honor this body, either tending to the places that need some attention or celebrating the places that move freely. One more deep inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Stay in down dog or inhale to plank. Chaturanga or lower to the ground. Upward facing dog, locust or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up, breathe in. Step forward, back knee down. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, arms out to the side. Together, lift your chest, inhale, and turn to the right, exhale. This is a great twist, just using your core muscles. If you want to add a little leverage of your hands, you can bring your left hand to the outside of your right knee. You can stay right here, or feel free to bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee and fold your hands into prayer. Lift your chest. Turn your ribs on your exhale. Fullest inhale. Big turn. And now left hand down to the floor. Lift the back leg up. Lift your chest. Turn and reach your right arm up. Let your inhale create some space. And on your exhale, that natural release. One more breath. Downward facing dog. On your inhale, lift your left leg up. Step forward, back knee down. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, arms out to the side. Good, take a full breath in, and now we're gonna turn to the left. Good. And you can always sit on your heels, you can always sit crisscross. Stay here, put your right hand outside your left knee. Good, stay here or come forward, bring your right elbow to the outside of your left knee, and hands in prayer. Pull the thumbs in towards your chest, yeah, lift your chest, beautiful. 2 more breaths. And now, right hand down, lift the back leg up. So you're in a high lunge. Turn your chest up and reach the left fingers to the sky. One more inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up, breathe in. Bring your knee to your nose, breathe out. And now slide that right knee forward, coming into pigeon. Press into the front shin, lift your chest up, come to the tips of your fingers. Now in this variation, we're gonna lift as high as we can and try to have both hip points pointed straight ahead and adjust your feet as you need to. And then if you feel okay here, you're gonna lift your hands up to your heart center. And if that's a no, you just keep them down. Some of you might even like to interlace your hands at your lower back for a front of the shoulder stretch. Good. And now, hands down, bring your right hip down onto the ground. And we're gonna create a 90-degree angle with that front leg. So your right hip is down, and your right shin is parallel to the front of your mat. Good. Now, and this is a 90-90 sit. You can make a 90-degree angle with that back leg as well. Bringing that left shin parallel to the edge of your mat. For some bodies, this is enough. Okay? For some bodies, we're going to come forward onto our forearms. 90 degrees with the front leg, 90 degrees with the back leg, and you're upright. Or if you got a little more space, you come forward. Good. Now for some of you, this is just the right spot to be. Some of you might like to play with starting to straighten that back leg. In this variation of pigeon, it's okay to be dumping into that right hip. Some of you might even like to, though, press into your right forearm and see if you can lift your hips up. If that feels like an, oh my God, no, then don't do it. Try to keep the chest lifted. One more inhale. Good, if your right hip's up, press it back down onto the ground. Now we're gonna set up that outer hip opener. So you're gonna take this front leg and you're gonna make the whole leg straight and parallel to the front of your mat. Excellent. And then you're gonna walk the back leg back to straight as well. Turn your chest towards the front edge of your mat. Some of you will stay right here on your hands. Again, some of you might like to come forward and down onto your forearms. Wherever you end up, press down and lift the chest. And inhale deeply. This is a really deep twist, as well as a really big outer hip opener. One more inhale. Good, and then back onto your hands. So the hands are under your shoulders, your legs are creating a 90-degree angle. Press into your hands and lift your hips just like a centimeter or an inch. And that is the IT band that you're stretching there. And now from here, we'll play with our scissor side plank. Lift your hips a lot. Roll onto your right hand and lift your left arm up. One more breath. And then however you want to get yourself to downward facing dog. Stop, drop, and roll. We learned in kindergarten. It's a crucial lesson. Together, inhale. And exhale out. On your inhale, lift your left leg up. On your exhale, left knee to your nose. Good. And then left knee forward, coming into half pigeon. Press into your front shin and imagine you were going to stand up on your legs. So here we're really building a lot of strength in the muscles as we're lengthening them. I like to engage the muscles before we really stretch them because a lot of the injuries in yoga are overstretch injuries actually, not over-strengthening. If you want to interlace your hands here and open the front of the shoulders, you can. A little pull between your fingers is asking those muscles in the front of the shoulders to be engaged as they're stretching. Okay, and then hands down, sit on your left hip. Good. And then bring your left shin parallel to the front of your mat for our 90-90 sit. And then you're bringing your back shin parallel to the right side of your mat. Good. And you can stay right here. Some bodies can't get beyond here yet, and that's all right. If you can, you're going to come and bring your forearms down in front of that left shin. Each step along the way, pausing and making sure you can still inhale deeply. And if not, you're starting to suffocate yourself, strangle yourself. Stay here or start to extend that right leg long. Stay here or press into the left forearm and lift the left hip up and point the right hip down. 2 more breaths. Good, then put your right hip back down if it's up in the air, and now we'll move into the scissor legs. So that front leg is going to come parallel and straight to the front edge of your mat. Back leg is going to go straight. Good. Turn your chest towards the front of your mat. You can stay right here or come forward till your forearms are on the ground. Really great breath. One more inhale. Exhale, hands back underneath your shoulders. Lift your chest up. Press into your hands. Lift your hips just a little bit. Good, and lift your hips a lot. Scissor side plank. Roll onto the left hand, reach the right arm up. One more inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale to plank. Bring your knees down, lower all the way down onto the ground, and reach your arms back, locust pose. Lower down and rest. Good, and lift yourself back up, locust pose. Remember, you don't have to lift a lot. Think about lengthening front to back, and then things get light. Good, lower everything down. Bend your knees. See if you can reach back and grab a hold of your ankles. And then lift everything up. Dhanurasana bow. Hands in front of your shoulders, cobra pose, lift up. Really nice. One more inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Together, take a full breath in. Big exhale out. Look forward, jump onto your seat, and then lay down on your back for your bridge pose. Good. Press into your feet, lift your hips up. Some days it's nice to bend your elbows, put your hands underneath the back of your pelvis, and give yourself a little self-support here. The block can do the same thing for you as well. Lower yourself down and rest. If you're not on blocks, you can stay on the blocks if you're on them. Good, and then go back up again. 2 out of 4 back bends. Bridge pose. Or maybe you set your hands in back of your shoulders and a little bit wider and come up in a wheel. Good, lower yourself all the way down and rest. Good, and then go back up again, 3 out of 4. Lower yourself down and rest. Last one. When you're ready, go up. And when you feel done, bring your heels together and let your knees move away for Supta Baddha Konasana. Okay, if you're doing a last one, go head up. Letting the inhale be deep. And resting when you feel complete. Heels together and knees away. And if that's a little overwhelming on your body, try pressing your heels really firmly together. And that'll cause the knees to lift up a little bit. Don't fight that. Deep breath in. Mouth wide. Good. Now bend your knees, heels on your mat. Reach your right leg up to the sky. Extend your left leg long on the ground. Full breath here. Exhale, right leg out to the right. Inhale the right leg back up to the sky. And now exhale, take the right leg across your body to the left, about parallel with the ground. And then once you're at that point, notice if your right shoulder blade has come off the mat and adjust so the right shoulder blade comes back down. One more inhale here. Exhale. Inhale the leg back up to center. Bend the right knee, heel on the ground. Lift the left leg straight up. Stay right here or extend the right leg long on the ground. And you're using the back of the right heel pressing down to help keep the left leg up. On your exhale, left leg out to the left. On your inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, left leg across your body to the right. This is a really deep twist. Last inhale. Big exhale out. Inhale the leg back up. Bend the left knee, left heel on the ground. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Without using your arms, pull your legs into your chest. Now your left hand, put it on top of your right foot. On the top where your shoelaces would be. Good. See if you can keep that connection hand to foot. Roll onto your left hip till the right foot's on the ground. And then try to put the knee over the ankle. So the knee is moving away from your chest and the shin bone is vertical. Some deep breaths. Good, and then come all the way back up. Right heel on the mat, knee bent. Left ankle across right thigh. Upper body's totally relaxed. Without using your arms, pull your legs into your chest. Put your right hand on top of your left foot. Try to keep that connection as you roll onto your right hip and bring the left foot to the floor. And then the knee may be coming in, you're pressing the knee away. And whatever that manifested for you in your physical body, you're letting that inhale be as deep as you can. Making space for release on the exhale. One giant inhale in any situation can create a completely different dynamic. Last breath in. Come all the way back to center. Left knee bent, left heel on the mat. Cross your right thigh over your left thigh. So now there's no space between your legs. You can always stay right here. Or pull your legs into your chest. Lift your chest up, reach forward, and see if you can grab onto your shins. And then rest your head back. If your head doesn't quite find the ground, you can put a block or a pillow underneath your head. Sometimes your water bottle on its side can be a nice pillow. Let the legs press into the hands and at the same time pull back with the hands. One more giant breath in. And then release. Put your right heel on the mat, knee bent. Cross your left thigh over your right thigh. You can stay here. Or you lift your legs up. You can stay here. Or you lift your chest up and grab a hold of your legs and rest your head down. Throughout the whole practice, we just go in the right direction with the right attitude, the right intention. And when we come up against something that stops us, we stop. Inhale and pause. Just doing the right amount of work for you today. It's a very personal practice that we can still all do together. Feet down to the ground. Hands to your belly. Together, take a full breath in. And open your mouth wide. And if you want a really long shavasana, it'd be 11 minutes, which is an awesome shavasana. You go ahead and lay down right now. For those of you who want to do a little more hip opening from a seated position, rock yourself up to a seat. And then as we sit, we're going to sit really precisely with our right shins in front of our left shins. And again, you're trying to bring your shins parallel to the front of your mat and your thighs parallel to the sides. Good. Lift your hips and come onto the front edge of your sit bone versus the back edge of the sit bones. So you're kind of pitched forward a little bit. And now you're going to fold over your right knee till you stop. Keep your right arm relaxed alongside you and reach your left arm straight, tips of the fingers down. Take a huge breath in. And then as you exhale, go ahead and round the back and drop the head. And inhale deeply. And one more inhale together. And a long breath out. Come all the way back up, and now we'll switch. So the left shin is going to sit in front of the right shin. And most of us have to take the lower leg a little bit away from the pelvis to make space. And then we walk the heels out so the knees come in. Good. Adjust your seat so you're on the front edge of your sit bones. And then you're just going to fold over your left knee. And your left arm's totally relaxed. Your right arm's going to reach straight, tips of the fingers down. And then let the weight of the head go. And breathe into the back of the heart. One more breath in together. Full breath out. Inhale, sit up. And now you're going to take your legs out wide. And then we're going to bring the left heel into the pelvis. And we're going to take the right hand, we're going to reach for the calf, or maybe all the way down for the right foot. And then we'll take the left arm up and over for a side bend. Good, and now turn the chest towards the knee and bring the left hand to the knee, the calf, or all the way to the foot. Good, come all the way back up, extend both legs out wide. And then bring your right heel into your pelvis. Reach your left hand to your inner calf or your foot. Take your right arm over your head. Stretching the right side body. Good, and then adding a twist, turn the chest towards the left knee and put the right hand either on the outside of the calf or the knee or reach all the way down for the left foot. Keep the chest lifting. And inhale deep. you're trying to come onto the front edge of your sit bones. For many people, you might just stay here with your hands behind you, trying to keep the chest lifted and press out through your heels. For those of you who want to, hands might come in front of you. Hinging at the hip, you're going to fold forward as far as you can. And then when you can't go any farther, let the head drop. Just breathe deep. One more long breath in, long breath out. Reverse tabletop. Bring your legs together. You can work with your legs together, or you can have your feet hip distance apart and bend your knees. From here, we're going to bring the hands behind us as far as we need to. Lift the chest up. Press into the heels, lift the sit bones up. And so you could be working with your knees bent, or you could be working with your straight legs, or just different variations of the same thing. 2 more huge breaths. And then lower your hips down. Go ahead and lay yourself down into your final resting pose. For those of you here in the studio, I'm going to kill the lights and the heat as you kill your practice. And for those of you who are working at home, maybe you'd like to take a look at the Barco ceiling tonight. We'll come get you for the Om. Finding a place where you feel comfortable resting right now. If you don't want to lay on your back, you're always welcome to lay on your stomach or to take a seated meditation for this resting period. And now together, take one more long inhale. Open your mouth wide. Let the bones sink into the ground. And watch what arises. And together, take another deep breath in. Open your mouth wide. And just take a moment here, resting on your back, feeling what it feels like to be in your body right now. Rested and also completely at ease. As you feel ready, make your way up to a seated position and we'll sit together. Try to keep the chest lifted. Together, one Om. Inhale. Thank you for sharing your practice. May our practice be a benefit to everyone we meet today and all beings everywhere. Raise your thumbs to your brow. Together, we bow and say, Namaste. All right, good job. Thanks for being here. Have a wonderful practice. If you have any questions, of course, just let me know.